This game had everyone excited, but what if I told you that Eternal Strands doesn't live up to the hype? Let's dive into why Eternal Strands might not be the groundbreaking title many expected. One of the standout features of Eternal Strands is its world design. The Enclave, the mystical land where the game takes place, looks stunning with vast landscapes and intricate buildings. It's a world that draws you in, with plenty of magic and charm to make exploration enjoyable. The atmosphere is rich, and it's easy to get lost in the beauty of the environments. The story, too, has a lot of potential with intriguing themes and decent character development. The voice acting is solid, adding emotional depth to the narrative and further immersing you in the experience. However, while the world and story are engaging, the visuals up close can be a letdown. From a distance, the game's graphics are breathtaking, but when you get up close, textures can feel rough and animations seem outdated. It's clear the game has some polishing to do, as the visual inconsistencies can break the immersion, leaving you wanting more. Now, let's talk about the combat. On paper, Eternal Strands promises epic, impactful battles. In practice, though, the combat doesn't feel as satisfying as it should. Attacks don't have much impact, and there's a lack of weight in each strike. Fights can feel flat, and they don't evoke the same excitement you'd expect from an action RPG. That said, there are moments where the combat works, especially when you're engaged with the world or making strategic use of your abilities. It's functional, but it doesn't yet hit the highs you'd hope for from this kind of game. Magic, which is supposed to be one of the game's main draws, also falls short in some areas. The concept is great, but execution is a bit rough. Aiming spells, especially ice magic, can feel clunky and unintuitive. The tutorial section, where you have to build an ice path, is frustrating and might leave you wishing you could just run through the hazards instead. Despite these frustrations, magic does offer some variety and potential, and when it works, it can feel satisfying. It's just that the inconsistencies hold it back from being the standout feature it could be. Movement is another area where the game has room for improvement. The character doesn't move smoothly, and turning feels sluggish. It's as if the character is carrying some extra weight, making the act of running and exploring feel more cumbersome than it should be. This is particularly noticeable when you're trying to navigate through the world or dodge in combat. While it's not game-breaking, it does impact the overall enjoyment, especially when compared to the fluid movement seen in other RPGs. Despite the gameplay issues, Eternal Strands does get a lot of things right. The world building is fantastic, the magical atmosphere is immersive, and the story holds promise. The voice acting is strong, and it enhances the narrative, giving you a reason to care about the characters and the world. The developers have clearly put effort into creating a world that's fun to explore, and that's something worth appreciating. Unfortunately, the core mechanics need more refinement. Combat feels underwhelming, magic can be frustrating, and movement feels clunky. These aspects of the gameplay are crucial to the overall experience, and they detract from the enjoyment. Additionally, the visuals, while impressive from afar, need some work up close, which takes away from the immersion. Despite its flaws, Eternal Strands shows a lot of promise. The world design is captivating, and the immersive atmosphere makes exploring the Enclave an enjoyable experience. The story has a lot of potential with its intriguing themes and solid voice acting, creating an emotional connection to the characters and world. While the combat and magic mechanics have some rough edges, the core ideas are there, and with future updates, there's hope that these aspects will improve. The world building, magical setting, and captivating narrative are strong enough to make you want to see where the game goes from here. For fans of RPGs who appreciate a well-designed world and an engaging story, Eternal Strands is definitely worth checking out. While it might need some polishing, the foundation is solid, and with the right improvements, this game could become something really special. Keep an eye on future updates. It's a game that could grow into something truly great. If you're looking for more in-depth reviews of action-packed open-world games, you definitely don't want to miss our review of Horizon Zero Dawn. Whether you're a long-time fan of the game or considering jumping in for the first time, our review has the details you need to make an informed decision. So, if you want to know whether Horizon Zero Dawn still holds up, click the link right here to watch the full review. You won't want to miss it.